9 out of 10 drivers use the wrong tire pressure and have no idea they're slowly destroying their tires and suspension. But here's the kicker. One simple PSI mistake could cost you thousands in premature tire replacement and suspension damage. Yet tire shops never warn you because they profit from your ignorance. And chances are you're making at least 3 of these mistakes right now. Before you waste money on premature tire replacements, here are 12 tire pressure mistakes costing you serious money. Don't skip this. It will save you thousands. Let's dive in. Mistake number 12. Trusting generic 32 PSI as universal standard. The biggest lie in automotive maintenance is that 32 pounds per square inch works for every vehicle. It doesn't. Yet tire shops, quick lube chains, and gas station attendants keep inflating every tire to this magic number because it's fast, requires no thinking, and keeps customers coming back for premature tire replacements. Your vehicle has a specific pressure requirement engineered for its exact weight distribution, suspension geometry, and handling characteristics. That number is on the door jamb placard, not at the gas station pump. Some cars need 28 PSI, others need 36, some SUVs require 40 plus. Using generic 32 PSI on a vehicle designed for 36 causes excessive sidewall flex, heat buildup, and early tread wear. The real secret is, tire shops profit when you wear tires unevenly because you'll replace them at 30,000 miles instead of 60,000. Why would they teach you the correct pressure when your mistake doubles their tire sales? You'd be shocked how many mysterious tire failures and suspension problems start with someone blindly using 32 PSI because a gas station attendant said, "That's what everyone uses." Check your door jamb placard today. Ignore every generic number you've ever heard. Your vehicle's engineers spent millions calculating the exact pressure your car needs. Mistake number 11. Checking pressure after driving. The most common tire pressure mistake happens at gas stations across America every single day. Checking and adjusting pressure on hot tires that just drove 5 to 10 miles to get there. The moment a vehicle starts moving, friction with pavement, braking, cornering, and heat cause air inside to expand rapidly. Tires easily gain 5 to 10 PSI just from heat. When you check pressure after driving, that warm air lies to you. The gauge might show 30 PSI when the correct cold pressure should actually be 35. Tire shops know this but won't tell you because adding air to hot tires means you're overinflating without knowing it. Once the tire cools, that extra air pushes pressure well beyond safe limits, creating rigid, dangerous tires with reduced grip and higher blowout risk. Here's the kicker. Correct pressure only exists when tires are completely cold, meaning parked for at least 3 hours. If the tire feels even slightly warm to touch, the reading is already wrong. You'd be shocked how many tire failures start with hot pressure checks that accidentally overinflate tires by 4 to 6 PSI above safe limits. What they're hiding, adding air to hot tires, is one of the fastest ways to accidentally overinflate, which causes more tire failures than underinflation. But mechanics love overinflation damage because it generates replacement sales. Only check and adjust tire pressure first thing in the morning before driving anywhere. Mistake number 10. Assuming front and rear use same pressure. This technical detail gets ignored even by professional service centers, and it's costing you hundreds in uneven tire wear and reduced vehicle safety. Front and rear tire pressures are not always the same. Vehicles with more weight over the front axle, SUVs, pickup trucks, front-heavy sedans, have front tires handling more load, braking force, and steering stress. That's why door jamb labels often specify different numbers like 36 pounds per square inch front, 33 pounds per square inch rear. Nobody mentions this, but when all 4 tires get inflated to the same generic pressure, vehicle balance changes completely. This causes understeer in corners, uneven tread wear, reduced braking efficiency on wet roads, and premature suspension component failure. These numbers aren't suggestions. They're fine-tuned calculations between suspension geometry, braking systems, stability control, and weight distribution engineered specifically for your vehicle. Here's what's crazy. Quick lube shops set all 4 tires to the same number because it's faster. Your uneven tire wear 20,000 miles later? That's their designed profit strategy working exactly as intended. Always check your vehicle placard before inflating. One number does not fit all 4 tires. Mistake number 9, ignoring temperature changes completely. Tire pressure changes by roughly 1 PSI for every 10 degrees Fahrenheit of temperature change. Yet most drivers set pressure once and never think about it again, slowly destroying their tires through seasonal pressure swings. If you inflate tires on a hot 85 degrees Fahrenheit summer day and overnight temperatures drop to 50 degrees Fahrenheit in fall, your tires lose 3 to 4 PSI without anything being wrong. By winter, when temperatures hit 20 degrees Fahrenheit, those same tires inflated in summer are now 6 to 8 PSI low, causing excessive sidewall flex, heat buildup, and premature belt separation. The real secret is, tire shops love seasonal temperature swings because drivers never adjust for them. Low pressure in winter causes accelerated shoulder wear. High pressure in summer causes reduced traction and harsh impacts. Both conditions create tire sales opportunities. What they don't tell you, shops love seasonal swings because customers never adjust, creating wear patterns that guarantee premature replacement every 30,000 to 40,000 miles instead of 60,000 plus. In mountainous regions, altitude changes make this worse. As elevation increases, external atmospheric pressure drops, making relative pressure inside tires increase. Here's the kicker. Goodyear engineers recommend checking pressure with every 15 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit temperature change. Shops won't tell you this because educated customers maintain tires properly. Set phone reminders to check pressure when seasons change. Check in early fall, winter, spring, and summer. Mistake number 8. Forgetting the spare tire exists. The most embarrassing and expensive tire mistake happens when you get a flat and discover your spare is also flat, turning a 10-minute fix into a $150 plus tow truck call. Roadside assistance professionals report that a large percentage of flat tire calls end with the discovery that the spare is completely useless. Tires naturally lose about 1 PSI per month through normal permeation. If your spare hasn't been checked in a year, it's very likely unsafe to use. The rubber compounds in stored spares also degrade faster than tires in regular use because they sit stationary in one position, creating flat spots and dry rot that compromise structural integrity before you ever need them. Here's the kicker. Dealerships and tire shops love when spares are neglected because emergency situations force customers to buy new tires immediately at premium prices with zero negotiation leverage. They can charge full retail and know you have no choice. What they're hiding, emergency tire purchases have zero negotiation leverage, and shops charge maximum retail pricing because they know you're stranded with no alternatives. Temporary donut spares require much higher pressure, usually around 60 PSI, but most sit at 15 to 20 PSI from years of neglect. In an emergency, that can lead to immediate spare failure or rim damage, and you'd be shocked how many people pay $200 plus for emergency roadside tire service, then another $150 to $200 for a new tire installed on the spot, when their spare just needed free air. Check your spare every time you check your other tires. Takes 30 seconds and prevents expensive roadside emergencies. Mistake number 7. Overinflating because higher is safer. One of the most dangerous myths in automotive maintenance is that overinflated tires are safer than underinflated ones. They're not. Overinflation is actually more common and more dangerous than underinflation. Overinflation doesn't happen because people intentionally add too much air. It happens because they check pressure after driving, rely on inaccurate gas station gauges, or follow bad advice that a little extra doesn't hurt. Nobody mentions this, but overinflated tires become rigid and stressed. The contact patch shrinks dramatically, reducing traction especially on wet pavement. Sidewalls harden and lose their ability to absorb impacts, increasing pothole damage risk exponentially. Steel belts handle loads they weren't designed for, raising catastrophic separation risk at highway speeds. The fuel economy myth is particularly damaging. Yes, overinflated tires reduce rolling resistance slightly, potentially improving miles per gallon by 1 to 2%. But that tiny gain costs you 20 to 30% of your tire's lifespan through accelerated center tread wear. What they're hiding, tire shops see overinflation damage constantly, but never explain it came from checking hot tires or trusting bad gauges. They just sell you new tires and send you on your way to repeat the same mistakes. Here's the kicker. Too much air turns a safety component into a rigid, brittle structure that fails violently at highway speeds. Most drivers have no idea it happened until the blowout occurs at 75 miles per hour. Never exceed maximum pressure listed on your door jamb. More is not better. It's genuinely dangerous. If these tire mistakes are already blowing your mind, smash that subscribe button right now. We've got 5 more coming that tire shops definitely don't want getting out. And mistake number 1 will shock you. Mistake number 6, using cheap or broken tire pressure gauges. You can follow every rule perfectly and still destroy your tires if you're using an inaccurate gauge. And most gas station air pumps have gauges that are off by 3 to 5 PSI or more. Those built-in gauges at gas stations get abused daily by hundreds of users. They're exposed to extreme weather, never calibrated, and often read 2 to 5 PSI higher or lower than actual pressure. Some don't work at all but still display numbers. The real secret is, gas stations and tire shops have zero incentive to maintain accurate public gauges because inaccurate readings cause tire problems that generate their future business. Your premature tire wear from bad gauge readings, that's their profit margin. A quality digital tire gauge costs $15 to $25 and lasts years with accurate readings every time. Professional shops use gauges calibrated to plus or minus 0.5 PSI because they understand accuracy matters when you're trying to maximize tire life. You'd be shocked how many people spend $800 plus on tire sets but won't invest $20 in an accurate gauge to protect that investment. One bad reading can cost you thousands of miles of premature wear. Here's what's crazy. A $20 gauge pays for itself in extended tire life within 10,000 miles. Yet people trust free gas station equipment that hasn't been calibrated in years. Buy your own quality digital gauge today. Never trust gas station equipment with your tire safety. Mistake number 5, ignoring the TPMS warning light. Modern vehicles have tire pressure monitoring systems that warn when pressure drops dangerously low, yet millions of drivers ignore the warning light for days or weeks, causing irreversible internal tire damage. TPMS lights don't activate for minor pressure drops. By the time that light appears, you're typically 25% or more below recommended pressure, deep into the danger zone where excessive sidewall flex generates destructive heat and accelerates internal belt separation. Here's the kicker. Every mile you drive with the TPMS light on causes cumulative internal damage. The steel belts overheat from excessive flexing, rubber compounds degrade from heat cycles they weren't designed to handle, and microscopic separations form between internal layers. Tire shops see TPMS ignored damage weekly, but rarely explain that continuing to drive was what actually destroyed the tire, not the initial pressure loss. They'd rather sell you replacement tires at $200 to $300 each than educate you about stopping immediately. What they're hiding? TPMS warnings require immediate action, not "I'll check it this weekend" delays. Every hour of driving on severely low pressure shortens tire life by weeks or months. TPMS light comes on? Pull over safely within the next few miles and address it immediately. Don't drive days on internally damaged tires. Mistake number 4, not resetting TPMS after inflating. After inflating tires to correct pressure, most drivers just drive away without resetting the TPMS, leaving the system using outdated baseline values that won't warn you accurately when real pressure loss occurs later. When TPMS isn't reset after inflation or tire service, it continues calculating alerts from old pressure values stored in memory. When a tire actually loses pressure later, the warning may not activate until you're dangerously low because the system's reference point is wrong. Nobody mentions this, but safety data shows significant TPMS-related incidents happen because systems weren't recalibrated after maintenance. Drivers think they're protected by electronic monitoring when they're actually flying completely blind. The correct procedure takes 30 seconds but varies by manufacturer. After inflating, turn ignition on without starting engine, find the TPMS reset option in dashboard menu, confirm the relearn process, then drive at steady speed for several minutes so the system stores new baseline values. What they don't tell you, dealerships charge $50 to $80 for TPMS relearn service when it's literally just pressing buttons in a specific sequence you could do yourself for free in under a minute. The real secret is, they profit from making this seem complicated and technical when it's actually simpler than programming your garage door opener. Learn your vehicle's TPMS reset procedure today. It's in your owner's manual. Knowledge is free, but ignorance costs $50 to $80 every time. Mistake number 3, inflating tires too fast. This nearly invisible mistake happens at gas stations with high-pressure airlines every single day. Sudden blasts of 100 plus PSI air into low tires causing microscopic internal damage that leads to premature failure. When a low or empty tire receives a sudden blast of high-pressure air, the valve core can overheat from rapid pressure changes. The bead can suffer micro damage where rubber meets rim, and internal sidewall layers can develop tiny ruptures from shock loading. Here's what's crazy. Race teams and professional tire shops use inflators with controlled airflow and pressure regulators specifically to prevent this damage. They seem slower, but they're far safer and extend tire life significantly. Professional installers know that gradual pressure buildup prevents thermal shock to rubber compounds and protects the tire's internal bond layers from separation. What they're hiding: if a tire goes from empty to full in under 15 seconds, the air went in way too fast for safety. Quick lube shops and gas stations use high-pressure blasts because speed matters more than tire longevity. This microscopic damage costs you $300 plus in premature replacement versus using proper slow inflation technique that costs nothing. Here's the kicker. Slow, controlled inflation protects internal structure and can add 10,000 plus miles to tire life by preventing stress damage during the filling process itself. Add air gradually in short bursts, checking pressure frequently between additions. Never blast from empty to full in one continuous high-pressure shot. Mistake number 2, ignoring valve stems and caps. There's a nearly invisible detail that causes slow pressure loss in millions of tires. Loose, dirty, or corroded valve cores, and missing valve caps that nobody thinks about. Inside the valve stem sits a small spring-loaded pin called the valve core. Its only job is sealing air inside the tire. If it's loose, dirty, or corroded, air escapes slowly, even if the gauge showed correct pressure right after inflation. That plastic cap everyone loses isn't decorative. It protects the valve core from dust, water, road salt, and debris. The real secret is, Continental engineers report that valve core failures account for roughly 12% of pressure loss cases where no puncture is found. Yet tire shops rarely check or mention valve cores because slow leaks bring customers back repeatedly for mystery pressure loss diagnosis at $50 to $75 per visit. Every time you inflate tires, check that valve cores are properly tightened using an inexpensive valve core tool. There's a simple tool costing under $5 that fixes this in seconds. Never leave caps off after checking pressure. Ideally use caps with internal seals or metal caps. You'd be shocked how many slow leak tire repairs at $25 to $40 each were actually just loose valve cores that needed a quarter turn of tightening. Check and tighten valve cores during every inflation. Prevent expensive leak detection services for problems you can fix free. Mistake number 1, following tire sidewall pressure instead of door jamb. The absolute most expensive tire pressure mistake is using the PSI number printed on the tire sidewall instead of the vehicle manufacturer's specification on the door jamb placard. And tire shops see this constantly but rarely correct it. That number on the tire sidewall is the maximum safe pressure the tire can handle before structural failure. It's absolutely not the recommended operating pressure for your vehicle. Using max sidewall pressure creates severely overinflated, dangerous tires with reduced traction, harsh ride quality, and dramatically increased blowout risk. Here's the kicker. Tire shops see customers using sidewall numbers constantly, but rarely correct them because overinflated tires wear out faster in the center tread area, fail more frequently from impact damage, and generate replacement sales far sooner than properly inflated tires would. Your vehicle manufacturer spent millions of dollars in engineering resources calculating the exact pressure needed for optimal handling characteristics, maximum tire life, fuel economy optimization, and safety performance. That precisely engineered number is on your door jamb placard, not on the tire itself. What they're hiding: using maximum sidewall pressure can reduce tire life by 30 to 40% through accelerated center tread wear. You'll replace $800 to $1,200 tire sets at 35,000 miles instead of 60,000 to 70,000 miles, generating massive profit for tire retailers. You'd be shocked how many drivers destroy $1,000 plus in premature tire wear annually just because they read the wrong number, and nobody in the industry bothered to explain the critical difference between maximum rated pressure and recommended operating pressure. Ignore every number on the tire sidewall for normal operation. Only use your door jamb specification. That wraps up 12 tire pressure mistakes that are costing you thousands in premature tire wear, reduced fuel economy, compromised handling safety, and dangerous driving conditions. These aren't random tips. They're the exact problems tire shops see daily, but never explain because your mistakes create their profits. Which mistake shocked you most? Drop a comment and tell me which one you're fixing immediately to save your tires and your money. Smash that subscribe button for more insider automotive secrets that protect your vehicle instead of filling tire shops' bank accounts with your premature replacement dollars. Remember, tire shops profit from your premature replacements while smart drivers focus on proper maintenance. Choose proper maintenance. Until next time, drive smart and protect your tires.